I can't find my watch. I forgot. I forgot my watch yesterday, and then I didn't remember my watch until this morning because I realized my routine, something was off, and realized my watch was gone, and been looking for my watch, and it doesn't connect to play sound very well. I did hear it in the house, but it's very muffled. I have no idea where it is, so that's kind of annoying. And yeah, I don't know, not really much to say. I think I'm tired, and then trying to, well, I don't need to give updates, but about my daily life. But I don't know, I figured I'd challenge myself again. I want to be as genuine as possible, and forcing myself to talk at some point isn't going to be as genuine at some point. So what I guess I can say is I'm really tired, don't feel like videoing. I had to really force myself to turn the video on. I'd rather just sit here in silence get back into my recalibrate, because all of that trying to find my lost watch, I kept forgetting a lot of different things. Couldn't find my makeup bag. I realized I didn't do something for work, a couple things for work, and I'm now getting a late start. So I'd rather just sit here in silence. Yay. As I was sitting here getting ready to turn on the video camera, thought sitting here just contemplating how I got such a busy day today, on top of not finding things, being behind in starting my day, realizing, I gotta still eat food. I got these protein bars. I have a tendency not to eat. My doctor said I need to eat 3 times a day, protein forward. My body goes in like starvation mode, so it's gaining a lot of weight. Just feel a little overwhelmed. Got so much to do today. There's a certain level of procrastination, but yet that I feel like I'm really too hard on myself, because I do a lot. I have a very busy job. I manage 6 other people and do a lot of work. So anyways, as I went on here, or contemplating what it feels like to live in this brain, trying to get refocused, I'm just trying to think, how can I make this not feel so overwhelming for me? Because then when I feel overwhelmed, it's just the internal torture and the exhaustion that it has on my body just is wearing. So I had an idea, maybe my watch got tossed in like the trash accidentally or something, but it was found in the laundry hamper. I think it was probably because I left it in the bathroom yesterday before I got in my shower, and there was probably washcloths on the counter. Washcloths, there was a collection of them on the counter, and it probably got swiped up in trying to keep things organized. Well, at least it was found. normally really good about keeping track of things. I think that's what's bothering me right now, because it makes me feel inept, which is ridiculous. I'm always so good about tracking things. I'm not the one that loses things. I'm the one that finds things. And I know people with ADHD, have a tendency to always lose things. I am hyper focused on not losing things. And I have a routine of what I do so that I know where everything is. And when that routine is messed up, that anxiety of unknowing is just so overwhelming. Dude, you're taking forever. It's just so overwhelming. Anyways, at least the watch was found. Let's hope I can get refocused again. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye. Appreciate it. So, I was able to adjust my schedule a little bit, and I decided I wanted to treat people, so I'm on my way to get some Starbucks and treat my colleagues, and on my way to Starbucks. Gave me a little bit of a grounding. Something that came up, the reason I even came on to talk about that was some of the things that I did to regulate myself, which was I got a little nervous. Well, and nervous isn't the right word. I get anxious because I'm like thinking, how do I get there from here? What's the quickest route? Oh boy. And sorry for all the noise. Doing some tree trimming. And how do I get there? So I'm only like 5 minutes away from Starbucks, but in order to make this a little bit less stressful for me, and then me going into overthinking drive of like, how do I get there? And then I find that I think I know where I'm going, and I've lived here for a long time. I know how to get to Starbucks, but when my mind is on overdrive and overthinking, it can be a little bit of a challenge. So I was like, you know what? I'm just putting the directions on. That way I can get there. And so that's what I did, is I put the directions on, and I can't tell you how much of a release that was to be able to, like, oh, duh, I probably would have gone in a completely different direction than where my mind was thinking, because my mind was just going a mile a minute. And yes, I did have my C-Max peptide shot this morning, but it still takes a little time, even though it's an injection. It still takes some time for it to kick in. Anyways, that's the update. All right, take care, everyone. Have a good day. Something I just realized that I was thinking about as I was going down the elevators: how am I going to carry all these cups? Even though I'll have a cup holder, there's 5 cups. 4 fit in a cup holder, so I'm gonna have this random one. I might need 2 cup holders that hold 3, but then I'm like, how do I get from my car, from the basement up to the elevator, holding all those coffees? I think I'm gonna have to ask someone to help me. Anyways, these are the things that go through my mind as I'm strategizing. And you see why my brain is so overthinking. Maybe other people would have been thinking about all this on their drive. Other people sometimes just know how to do it and don't think about it until they get to work and be like, oh, I don't know. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but I don't get this many Starbucks drinks at once. That's kind of a pain where I'm parked at my building. Anyways, well, let's see. I had a very productive day. Felt really good. As I was leaving for work, trying to figure out what to pick up for dinner, I realized I don't think I ate. I brought that protein bar. I never ate poured my drink, I went a little crazy. Started adding cinnamon powder and caramel drizzle, and I added chai tea flavoring with the pumpkin spice, and it sounded really good, and then I was like, whoa, that cost me how much dollars to buy that drink? That was a lot of money, but I did have a good amount of rewards, so I was able to get that drink for free, thankfully. But that drink was so sweet. I had to sip on it all day, so that kind of was like my lunch because it was so big. But anyways, yeah, that was my realization of, oh my goodness, I didn't eat, but thought I was getting my protein bar. Didn't happen. Anyways, that is a problem at times. I will forget to eat when my doctor recommended these protein bars called Huel, and not just because that's what he ordered on Amazon and he seemed to like them, and so when I tried them and ordered them, yeah, they weren't bad. I mean, my family doesn't like them, but I don't know, they're fine. They're plant-based. They seem to get me through the day, so I started carrying them with me, and I've been doing a lot better the last few months of forcing myself to eat, because sometimes I don't want to eat food because I'm hyper focused on doing other things, and if I got too much going on and gotta stop working and go find food. Anyways, I did have a couple bites of those veggie sticks, which I realized I don't think I put, or I don't know if I showed the bag. Those were really good, better than the other veggie sticks that are pretty popular. I personally like this other ones. I might have to go get me some more bags. Anyways, I'm gonna have dinner and look through thousands of cords. My husband spent a lot of time organizing cords. Got new phones, so trying to see what we need and don't need now that we have different plug-in requirements. So that is my evening. All right, thank you. Have a good day. Appreciate you.